So today I want to talk about fast money scams. A lot of people wonder about fast money scams. A lot of people think about fast money scams. A lot of people get scammed by fast money scams. So today I want to talk about fast money scams. I feel like a lot of the things that I talk about, you guys do pay attention to, which is great, you know what I'm saying? And I'm noticing like 2020, out of all the years ever, 2020 has been one of the most craziest years for everybody, including the top scammers, you know what I mean? It's been a lot of like crazy scams going on. I feel like a lot of bigger companies are actually scamming a lot of people. So I had a homie who just hit me up. He was like, man, bro, you know, I got 3 laptops, but when the laptops came in the mail, they actually like came messed up. But he said he didn't have Apple Care, so he couldn't get his money back for the laptops that was destroyed by either the UPS or the FedEx drivers. And I'm just like, wow, that's like a scam, you know what I mean? So today we're talking about fast money scams. So a lot of people are getting scammed with chargebacks. PayPal chargebacks, Cash App chargebacks, Zelle chargebacks, all types of chargebacks. You worked so hard, you gave your all, you gave somebody something that they needed and they got what they needed, and then they call their bank and say, hey, I didn't do that transaction. Okay, now that's one of the biggest scams that's going on right now. People are scamming PayPal to the max off that. They basically are ordering things saying that they didn't do the transaction after they got the merchandise. The same with Cash App, the same with Zelle. That's one of the craziest scams that's going on right now. Chargeback scams. That is probably $1 billion scam right now through the banks. Now let me tell you about how banks work. When the banks get scammed, they have insurance on a scam. So basically what happens is, let's say if you defraud the bank for millions of dollars. Yes, the people who scam the bank for millions of dollars, they end up having to pay restitution, right? So they have a restitution fine. And then on top of that, the bank doesn't lose any money because the bank has insurance. Anything that the bank loses, it is insured. So guess what? I wanted to talk to y'all about all the scams that's going on, having insurance. What is the way you have to be able to carry yourself? So you definitely have to watch out for buying off the wrong person. You have to, when you're selling to somebody, you have to sell to trusted people, because you might be giving somebody some information, or you might be giving somebody some merchandise, which they might do a chargeback on. So if they do a chargeback on there, you actually lost, and you actually have to fight the bank. The bank don't really care because they got their money, and on top of that, they really just don't care. Now, if you are dealing with the chargeback scams, I suggest that you work on insurance, right? So if you can go through a company, some of these companies definitely will protect you, just like the banks are protected. Some of these companies will protect you if it's a lot of chargebacks and it's a lot of like scams going on. Like you got a company and everybody just scamming you and charging you back and all this type of stuff. Then yeah, you should find you a good insurance company or whatever you can notify about the problem, or you can even notify the merchant who is steady getting hit with chargebacks. Like, listen, go through a little bit more verification to stop this, you know what I'm saying, all these chargebacks going on, because people are just scamming me, because they are being notified that you are scamming them, and really they are scamming you. So that's one of the fast money scams that's going on in 2020. Another fast money scam that people are doing, I used to actually do it back in like 2013. People basically are meeting you. They are meeting you. You don't have $0 in your bank account, none at all. They promising you that, hey, I can make you $5, $10, $15, $20,000. Okay, that is a scam. 2020 scam, all the way back to 2005. It's so old. People are still falling for it, especially 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. Who's able to get a banking account when they turn 18, they are just hurrying up, falling for it. They're getting scammed by people who they think they have money. They even get scammed by fake pages. People who comment under your page with 4 followers, and you're giving them all your information. You're giving them money. You're sending them money. All a scam. So listen, bank scams. Somebody would say, hey, do you have a bank account? You don't need no money in it. I can put money in it. You give me half. You might say, hey, what do I need? They will say, only thing that I need is your debit card, your PIN, and That's it, right? So you're like, what is the risk? You're asking all these questions. What the scammer will do is make you feel comfortable. What I mean by that, comfortable. They might even, if they know they might make $20,000, they might send you $2,000, $3,000. That's to hold you over till they get the $20,000. What we'll do, it will negative the banking account. And when the negative the banking account, basically, you will have to pay the banking account, right? The $20,000 back. It will go on your credit. And the bank will say like they took a loss. They can even file charges. Now, the bank don't really take a loss, like I just told y'all. The bank has insurance. They don't take losses, right? But they will tell you they took a loss. So with that being said, yes, you will be in debt. Yes, it's not worth it. The scammer probably will put a fake check in your account. The fake check will definitely. So basically, the scammer, if you're not in his location and he hits you up on the internet, most likely he will convince you to send your debit card. Now, a lot of people are like, wow, people really send a debit card. Yes, they really send a debit card because the scammer is convincing you that you don't need no money in your account and I will put money in your account. Now, at the time when I was putting money in people's accounts, basically what I was doing is, if I would put $10,000, I would actually give them $5 and I will get $5, right? But the bad side of it is the account going negative and they say, well, you know, I got to pay this stuff back and this and that. So that's why I felt like, you know what, let me fall back off this and try something different. You feel me? This is when I was doing the base scams. But now people are just getting your debit card, tricking you, and keeping all the money. Nowadays, 2020, right? Okay, that is called basically the debit card, bank card scam, where you see people saying, do you have a banking account? I can put money in your account. I can help you make money. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. I'm basically telling y'all information that I used to do and be around people that did, right? So I'm putting y'all on game about everything that's going on. So debit card scams, you have check scams. You might have people who might say, hey, do you want to make some money? They're going to say, how? They might make checks. They might use magnetic ink to make the checks, right? Not regular ink, but magnetic ink. They using magnetic ink because the ATM reads a certain type of ink, right? Okay. Now, they might send you into a Walmart or a check cashing place to cash these checks. So, for instance, let's say if the check $4,000. The check $4,000, they might say, hey, you can keep $1,000. They get $3,000 off of check that took them 10 minutes to make in a house or less, and they come up $3,000, you come up on $1,000. But guess what? If you get caught, you're definitely going to be facing time, and you're definitely going to be facing the penalty, and you might have to be paying that store or wherever you went back for whatever loss they took, right? Now, the person who got you to cash the check, they are free to go unless you know them, and you might tell on them, and hopefully you don't tell on them, but that's how a lot of people get caught. They get told on them. Another scam we're going to talk about that people do is the Cash App scam. I know so many people, so many people that do the Cash App scam. What is the Cash App scam? The Cash App scam is, if you give me $50, I will give you $500. If you give me $100, I will give you $1,000. Basically, it's saying that I will add a zero on your Cash App, and I will make you an extra zero and an extra zero, and if you believe that, I mean, I feel like you deserve to get scammed, because how are you believing that somebody will literally add a zero or literally flip your money? Come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be smarter than that. But it's a lot of people that is doing the Cash App scam. A lot of people see the Cash App scams all over the internet. Clearly, you have to pay attention to people. Anybody DM you, you must know that it is a scam. Nobody is going to DM you. If they're making money, they're not going to DM you about making money. They're making money. They don't need you. So, if they're under your post commenting, hey, if anybody want to tap in and make money and you fall for it, you deserve to get scammed, because you do not have a high IQ. Your mind is low. If your mind was high, you should analyze everything that comes into your presence. So with that being said, how is it that you believe that somebody's going to take your $100 and give you $1,000 for your $100? What is the benefit of it? What is it? I need to know. Please tell me, because if that was possible, I would give them $1 million. If they're gonna give me $10 million, no, I'm gonna get scammed. So let's talk about some more fast money methods 2020. You hear me? What I want everybody to know, because I love all my subscribers, right? So I definitely want everybody to know you must pay attention to people. A lot of attention, right? Now, not saying that you will go be nosy about a person for no reason, but if something is coming into your presence telling you about money making, don't you look at their followers? Don't you look at their page? Don't you look at how they dress? Don't you look at what they drive, how they're living? Do they show money? Do they live the life? Or do they look like they need your money? That's what you have to understand. How could this person, even if somebody shows a lot of cash, but you don't see the lifestyle, you don't see the nice car, you don't see all this, but they might show. They can show somebody else cash, they can show somebody else car. So you still have to be mindful of you really investing your money into getting scammed, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why when I was coming up, I used to pay for a lot of knowledge from I analyzed people, I watched people, and I knew, like, no, this guy is a baller, and he could teach me a lot. This guy, he just trying to cap, he trying to scam, he trying to finesse me. This person, they just capping. You know what I mean? I used to analyze that, and I knew, let me pay him for some knowledge, and I'll pass everybody up and do it. Like, I wasn't trying to be the quick, fast money person. I was trying to be like the real, like, top dog, like, at that time, you know what I'm saying? And years from down the line, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't just trying to get in and get out. Like, a lot of people, the reason why they lose money because they put so much faith into certain people, and then when it don't go their way, then their whole life just crash out. When they supposed to have been analyzing, just like I talk to people about boyfriends and girlfriends, right? I talk to my friends all the time. I be like, man, listen, what you put in is what you get out. Like I said this in an interview before. When I wake up, the first thing I do is look at, like, I look at the assets. I look at how much money I made here, how much money I made there. What I'm gonna say to you guys today. What I'm gonna do. What's my plans? What I plan on opening. What's a nice franchise? Like, my mind thinks different. Like, as soon as I wake up, I think about that. Then I think about God. I pray. I think about my banking account. Like, then it goes the relationship stuff. You guys put your relationships first. As soon as you wake up, you probably, some of these people are so stuck into relationship stuff. That's the reason why their life ruined. That they are more worried about a relationship over their money, over success, over fame, all that, and they don't really realize it until they really pay attention to themselves. Like, damn, when I first wake up, the first thing I do is text my guy or text my girl. You know what I mean? That's what you're more worried about. That's why your banking account is low, but you have this so-called great relationship, really, right? But it's not really great, because if she gets tired of you and she replaces you, now you want to get back to square root one, like, yes, I want to get on my stuff now. No, you should have been on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I used to know people, man, they used to wake up and sit on the phone with a girl from 6 in the morning all the way to 4. Everybody else making money around them, they strictly worried about the girl. Then when the girl broke bad on them, they didn't know how to really move on with life, because they were so attached and they were so used to talking and doing this and doing that all day. They didn't know how to hustle. That's why they fail, because they put their all into this. They put their all into love, versus the same way they treat that girl or that guy, they should treat their income, their banking accounts, right? So let's get off that subject, man. We're going to get back to these fast money scams. Now, I've been going back and forth to Miami. You know what I'm saying? I got my lamb truck out there right now, and people are stealing hubcaps and caps, right? So, you know, I done been out there 3-4 times, you know what I'm saying? And every time I go out there, I'm at least missing one cap off the Lamborghini. Now, people are stealing caps around the world and selling them for a few $100s, which is cool, but that's another scam, you know what I'm saying? Like, taking parts off of cars and selling the parts and doing this and doing that, you know what I'm saying? But that's like a cheap-ass broke man scam, because, like, real scammers, they don't fucking steal car parts. You have a lot of people that get on the dark web. This is another scam, right? So, people get on the dark web, they order credit cards, right? So let's say if they get a burnout phone. They get a burnout phone, they link it Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, and all these other apps that accept credit cards, right? This is a big scam that's going on too right now. So let's say if you know Kevo, and you know Kevo, he spend like $300-400 a day on food. So you tell Kevo, man, bro, give me $100, right? Or give me $75, bro, and I'll get you the food. And you know what I'm saying? You can save your $300 that you spend a day on food. Plenty of people doing that. Plenty of people giving you free rides around the whole damn world. So you want to ride a black truck from here to the fucking north side, to the west side, to the south side all day. Your balance is $900 and some dollars. Shit, give me $200. There's another app they got where you can actually download a person's credit card on the phone and actually go inside of a store and scan the fucking phone and get groceries, free groceries, right? So you might get $600 worth of groceries, and a person might say, yeah, just give me $150. You know what I'm saying? Those are fast money scams that's going on in the world that you probably guys don't know about. A lot of things that got to do with profiles, and you might not know what a profile is, but a profile is definitely a person's whole information, right? A form of their information. This is how people usually get profiles. So you might go in the tax office. You might have somebody fixing your credit, right? This is why you have to be careful with your information. This is why I encourage people to clean their own credit, because you never know. When you send somebody your information, you could later on turn into a quote-unquote profile, right? And that is basically all your information sitting somewhere ready to get used, basically, right? So now, how do people use those type of profiles? Basically, they might get a phone in your name, they might go get a car in your name, they might go get credit, whatever. It could do a lot, basically, because if they go make a fake ID, they basically will be you, right? Unless you get an identity theft lock, you know what I'm saying, on your credit and stuff like that, which you should. And you have a whole lot of verifications on your name and on your credit, which is the smartest thing to do, which is another fast money scam, 2020. Now, I know about every single scam, right, in the world, but like I said, I want to continue to tell you guys about different things that's going on in the world, you know, on my channel, instead of just throwing everything just in one video. You know what I'm saying? I'll be making my videos kind of long, so I just want to start just giving y'all, you know, little by little of like scams and really help y'all like get to the next level as far as with y'all credit, business credit, corporations. I even talked about how you can actually buy aged corporations with credit history all the way on them. So basically, let's say if you spend $15,000 on an aged corp, you can actually go get a $200,000 loan as soon as you buy it. If you have a lawyer do his research on it to make sure it doesn't owe any debt and make sure that it actually has a pretty good credit score. A lot of people start their corporations at 0. You can start your corporations at 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? There's corporations that you could buy that's already established. So a lot of people are scamming on those type of levels too. That's another scam that's going on, people are doing. But I just say for y'all, man, I just want y'all to keep subscribing to my YouTube channel or whatever, man. I'm gonna keep dropping these crazy videos. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm the only person that's gonna be real deep in depth into conversations about what's going on around the world. And I'm pretty sure people enjoy what I be talking about, because a lot of people don't know. So I like to bring it to their attention. Also, if y'all wanna learn more about credit, if you want to learn more about legal age corporations that's out here that you can just go get funded for $200,000-300,000 easy, it's all on my OnlyFans, man. I got sites on there that you can go and sign right up to get these corporations. I got these letters that the lawyers use that you guys can get. They $400 for all 50 letters. It's like 50 letters, but the same letters that these credit companies use, I got them. You can buy them, but on my OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of good information about, you know, primaries. You know, good sites that will get you approved, like with no credit at all, for $5,000, $7,000, $20,000. You know, so it's just a lot of help that's on there. You know what I mean? I'm like really trying to help, you know, people who look up to me out, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people that don't want you to know like information, but I'm gonna make sure I provide y'all with that information or whatever. So Say subscribe, man. We out of here. Cali. You hear me? Yeah. Hey. Free all my niggas, I just bought a jet. I'ma get 20, get caught with this 10. Swiping and clearing the day and the night. Ripping and running, just trying to take flight. Fraud and finessing and scheming the real. Had it connected, the wires was sterile. 200K on the car for my girl. Whip off 400, the price was lower. Relationship grows out in Cali with growers. Finesse your little bitch out of 10 now. Oh, I had a plug up in Cali and one up in Florida. 50K stuff. Bandman, check out my interview with Adam 22. Swipe up.